Why is it that the harder you work, the further away financial freedom seems to feel? Have you ever looked at your bank account and felt a deep sense of unease despite your efforts? We are living in a world where inflation eats your savings while you sleep. Every day, the cost of living climbs higher, and the news tells us to be afraid. Most people react to this fear by working more hours and chasing more stress. But there is a different way to build a life that is truly secure. In Japan, there is a concept known as quiet wealth. It is not about flashy cars or showing off on social media. It is about a deep internal stability that withstands any economic storm. The Japanese have mastered the art of building fortune through 9 ancient habits. These practices do not require you to burn out or sacrifice your health. They are subtle shifts in how you see money, time, and your own value. If you are tired of the constant grind, these lessons are for you. Let us begin by exploring the first principle of lasting change. The first habit is Kaizen, the rule of 1% daily improvement. In the West, we are taught to look for massive transformations overnight. We want to go from broke to wealthy by next Tuesday. But the wise know that true wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. Kaizen means continuous improvement in very small increments. Imagine getting just 1% better at managing your money every single day. It sounds insignificant at first. However, after 1 year, you are not just 300% better. Mathematically, you are 37 times better than when you started. That is the power of compounding applied to your habits. Instead of trying to save $1,000 today, try saving just $1 more than yesterday. Your brain will not resist a change that feels this small. Over time, these tiny decisions build a momentum that is impossible to stop. The rich do not look for leaps. They look for consistency. The second habit is motaine, the sacred philosophy of anti-waste. Have you ever thrown something away and felt a small prick of guilt? In Japan, motaine is more than just recycling. It is the belief that every object has a soul and a purpose. When we waste resources, we are wasting the life force that went into creating them. Think about the subscriptions you pay for, but never use. Think about the food that spoils in your refrigerator every week. Each of these is a leak in your financial ship. The average person loses thousands of dollars a year to these invisible leaks. Motainai teaches us to respect what we already have. It encourages us to repair instead of replace. By plugging these small holes, you create a foundation of abundance. A dollar saved through respect is worth more than a dollar earned through stress. The third habit is ikigai, or finding your reason for being. Financial ruin often starts with an empty soul. When we are unhappy at work, we spend money to buy temporary happiness. We use retail therapy to numb the pain of a job we dislike. This creates a cycle of earning to spend and spending to survive. The Japanese look for the intersection of what they love and what the world needs. When your work aligns with your purpose, you no longer need to medicate with shopping. True wealth is having enough to live your purpose without constant worry. Take a moment to define what enough looks like for you. It is often much less than the television ads lead you to believe. When you know your ikigai, your spending becomes intentional. You stop chasing the shadows of success and start building the reality of it. The fourth habit is kakebo, the art of mindful money journaling. We live in an age of automated apps and digital payments, but automation often leads to a lack of awareness. If you do not feel the money leaving your hand, you do not respect the loss. Kakebo is the practice of writing down every single expense by hand. This physical act forces your brain to process the reality of your choices. Ask yourself 4 questions before every purchase. How much money do I actually have? How much would I like to save? How much am I actually spending? And most importantly, how can I improve? Writing these answers down creates a map of your financial soul. You will begin to see patterns that no app can show you. Awareness is the first and most important step toward control. The fifth habit is hansei, the ritual of self-reflection. We all make mistakes with our money. Perhaps you bought a car you could not afford or invested in a scam. Most people either ignore these errors or beat themselves up over them. Neither approach leads to wealth. Hansei is the practice of honest, non-judgmental reflection. Every Sunday, sit down with your journal for 15 minutes. Identify one mistake you made during the week. Ask yourself why you made it. Then, create a simple rule to prevent it from happening again. The wealthy are not people who never fail. They are people who refuse to make the same mistake twice. They extract wisdom from every dollar lost. Treat your losses as tuition for your future success. The sixth habit is focusing on relationship wealth and harmony. Many believe that building wealth is a solo journey. They cut off friends and ignore family to get ahead. But isolated wealth is fragile and often leads to poor decisions. In Japan, social harmony is considered a primary form of capital. A network built on genuine trust is more valuable than any bank account. The best opportunities never reach the public market. They are shared between people who have spent years building a reputation. Every time you choose integrity over a quick profit, you are making a deposit. Invest in your community and your professional circles. When you hit a rough patch, your relationships will be your safety net. True security comes from being someone that others can rely on. The seventh habit is gammon, which means strategic patience. We are currently suffering from a disease of instant gratification. The world wants everything right now. But the fastest way to get rich is often the surest way to get broke. Gammon is the ability to endure the uncomfortable present for a better future. It is the discipline to keep your money invested when the market drops. It is the strength to drive an older car while your peers finance new ones. Wealth is built in the quiet moments of waiting. Compound interest is a patient gardener. It does the heavy lifting, but only if you leave the seeds in the ground. Stop trying to speed run your way to a fortune. Learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable for a season. The eighth habit is omotenashi, the spirit of exceptional service. To increase your income, you must increase your value to others. Omotenashi is the art of anticipating needs before they are spoken. It is providing a level of service that makes you unforgettable. In any career, the person who does more than they are paid for will eventually be paid for more than they do. Excellence is not an act. It is a habit of the soul. Look at your work through the eyes of the people you serve. How can you make their lives easier? How can you solve a problem they have not noticed yet? When you become irreplaceable, your income potential becomes limitless. Wealth is a byproduct of the value you create for the world. The ninth habit is investing back into your community. The final secret of the wealthy is that money only has value when it flows. Hoarding resources creates a mindset of scarcity and fear. But investing in your community creates a mindset of abundance. Help a neighbor, support a local business, or mentor someone younger. These acts create a ripple effect that eventually returns to you. A strong community reduces your individual costs and risks. It provides childcare, advice, and emotional support. The richest person is the one who is missed the most when they are gone. Wealth is not just about what is in your vault. It is about the impact you leave on the hearts of others. Take these 9 habits and choose just one to start with today. Do not feel pressured to change your entire life at once. Remember the lesson of Kaizen. One small shift is all it takes to change your trajectory. Perhaps you will start your first Kakebo journal tonight. Or maybe you will practice Hansei this coming Sunday. Whatever you choose, do it with consistency and heart. The path to quiet wealth is open to anyone willing to listen. It is a journey of peace, respect, and enduring stability. Your future self is waiting for you at the end of this path. Start walking today. May your journey be filled with wisdom and your home with abundance. Thank you for spending this time in reflection with me. Until next time, remain mindful and keep building your quiet wealth.